What's up, guys? This is Snoop StarCraft, and I am Snoop here casting with my partner.
I'm Snoopy.
Alright, we've got Game 2 of Millennium versus MVP, and on the top right side we've got the victor from Game 1, it's Dayshi.
And on the bottom left side, we do got another protest from Team MVP. It is Tails.
Alright, and the map is going to be Cloud Kingdom.
Very solid.
Solid map. What do you think Daishi's gonna do? So now we did see him go for early +1 last game into some 3 racks pressure that didn't seem like it was doing it for me personally. But he did get it done eventually. You think we'll see another 2 base timing out of him?
I wouldn't be surprised. Most Terrans like to do 2 base timings.
You say it like Protoss. Protoss doesn't love it.
2 base and this 3 base, obviously.
It does not require that third command center.
It does not require that third set of gas. Looks like we will see a gateway expand from our orange Protoss Tails.
Well, that's what you do against Terran. You're not going to forge expand or anything like that. But we do see double gas, and maybe Tails is going to favor that Oracle play that I love versus Terran.
Proxy Oracles?
Love proxy Oracles, man. Ever since I saw White Rock pull it off this one game, I've just been doing it non-stop.
It does take 6 Marines to kill 1 Oracle, so...
It takes that many? Oh, jeez. I know they're good against Marines.
Yeah, I think it takes about... I'm pretty sure it's 6, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. I always thought it was 4, yeah. I'm pretty sure. 6 is a little overkill. I think 6 will just melt it. But, Oracle's very strong versus Terran, especially unscouted. If they don't have a turret or enough Marines down or production to get enough Marines out, then you just freely take out as many SCVs as your energy will allow. Dayshi is going to go ahead and scout with the SCV. He's going to see the 2 gas, and Cybercore's finishing, so Tails has a choice to drop his tech right in front of Dayshi. Otherwise, more likely to see him grab a Nexus.
Nexus would be a solid choice here, I would think.
Yep, Nexus would be good, and we're going to see the Nexus, and it was a solid choice.
And it is slightly behind our Red Terran, but I don't think it'll make that much of a difference.
It's not going to be huge. He's going to have his gas stockpiling right now, as he has nothing to spend it on unless he opts to grab a sentry or something here. But I'm just wondering what he's going to use that early 2 gas for. I didn't notice if it was mining 2 or 3. Mothership is going to take out that SCV making that bunker, and it was good of him to grab that early Mothership core. Because that's going to keep Dayshi from putting pressure here, as those Marines do load back in their bunker and say, screw that, that's a suicide mission.
You can also use the Mothership for, he is dropping that for Nexus. That is very interesting.
That's it. I think it's just mind games here. The SCV scouted the double gas into an expansion, so he's got to expect some sort of DT or something, Grabbing that 3rd base, if it doesn't get scouted, Dayshi may overcommit to units in production, and if Tails has solid defense, he'll take the econ lead.
As I was saying, getting that early Mothership core, you build up that energy. You can't poke at the natural expansion, and if you really do get in a lot of trouble, you can just mass recall out of there.
I feel like it's inappropriately named for just recalling the Mothership, though. Mass recall 1 unit?
No, I'm just saying, when he does choose to poke around.
Oh, no, I know. We are seeing both an engine bay and a forge going down, so they're both going to start their at least +1. Looks like our Protoss is going to go for armor, same as last game. Going to see some...
he is stockpiling those sentries, though, so...
there's no Robo Bay or anything like that going down. just wondering what he's going to use it for. He's just going pure probe production right now. If Dayshi knew what was going on, I think he'd start the aggression a little earlier. He's getting those reactors up now, and the factory is getting up, but I mean, now would be a great time to, you know, at least start poking that third. He has no idea it's there, or else I think we'd be seeing him play differently right now.
I would love to see a scan just being dropped in the third base right now.
I'd just love to see anything go to the third right now, because this base is getting underway, and it doesn't look like Dayshi has... He's just like, he can't possibly be grabbing a third right now, because that was a ridiculously early third. I mean...
Yeah, his national message was not even done yet.
I mean, underestimate your opponent a little bit, you'll just get crushed grabbing a third like that on a Terran, but I mean, this one's going to pay off for now. What tech do we see behind this? We do see him, you know, going up to 6 gates, grabbing the Twilight. It is probably going to be some sort of charge with armor. Going to see a few Archons mixed in, probably teching the Storm. Daishi's going to go ahead and grab the Medivacs, you know, get a standard bio army. Hopefully you're going to see some drops soon, but this base, man, I'm still not over it, dude.
Well, he has not even grabbed the gas yet. As I say that, he does grab his gas as natural expansion.
Tails up to 55 workers now. We do expect Protoss to have a lead, regardless, over top of a Terran. But he's still just pumping them. He's still triple pumping probes, and he's just going to grab all these gases, and he's going to... If he doesn't get punished here, he's going to just roll Dayshi right after. But good scout by the Phoenix.
That Marine squad right there, that Marine squad.
But he's going to know he needs warps, and he's going to know he needs them now. He doesn't... I'm not sure if he knows there's going to be drop play, but at this point, you're going to assume Medivacs. You see that much bio. Now this natural is wide open. Now, Dayshi really could punish this here. He's going to have some wide open mineral action at the natural here. Not in position. Tails getting distracted. Now these Marines are going down, but the damage is being done. This mineral line just got cleaned out. Now the worker count is actually even now after that, and that is exactly what Dayshi needed. I would love to see him grab a third base. He did. The command center is up, and he played that out very well.
He did kill 15 probes that one drop, so that was a pretty big drop. But although he does have the triple probe production along with those chronos, so that should be replenished in no time.
Well, yeah, he's already about 8 workers up. He's just going to keep pumping those out. I think he expected to take some probe losses at this point. If we're going for that, I mean, you go for that early third, you're just not going to have the what you need when the Terran starts knocking on your door with Medivacs. But the stand does go down at the third, and that's the one you wanted. 4 or 5 minutes after you wanted it, but.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting, he did opt to go for a blink instead of a charge at first.
I think he's going to want blink just to help shut down this drop. He does have a very nice spot near the third where he could blink back up into the main, and I think he jumped the gun on the blink there.
Yeah.
He jumped it. Now these probes are forced to attack, but like a bunch of defenseless probes, they're just going to get slaughtered, and this did a ton of damage. If he can take down these Medivacs, that would be good, and he's going for them, but 2 of them going to get away. He does clean that up, but again, lost a lot of workers. What are we up to now?
He did lose 20 workers that drop again, but we have 42 probes and 53 SCVs. That is the problem with this map called Kingdom as well. It's very easy to jump up on the ledge.
Yep, anywhere between the third and the natural, there's an area for blink to jump back up into the main, and that's very good for defense against drops. Even when you're playing Zerg, they go for mutas. You know, it's always good to have an easy way to jump from base to base. Otherwise, you get into these maps where Protoss just can't take a third, or Terran can't take a third, just because there's just no way to move from base to base unless you go for a more mobile army. But there's nothing more mobile than Blink Stalkers. Observer going to be moving out here. How are the upgrades doing for these guys? We do have 1-1.
We got 2 armor for the Protoss. We got 1 attack. That Terran is going for that 2-2. So, and he's going for Ghost. So I think he thinks he's going for some Archons, which would be correct.
I think after those drops, Dayshi's feeling a lot more comfortable, and I think he's right to sit back here on that third. He did the damage he needed to, killed a bunch of workers, punished him a little bit for grabbing that early third, and grabs his later third, and all of a sudden he's back where he needs to be in this game. But,
he does have a very Marauder-heavy competition.
Yep.
12 Marauders. That's not something you see often.
No.
Against Protoss, at least.
Although Marauders very good versus Stalkers, melt them like they're not even there. But they're going to be busy shooting the Zealots here, and Archons don't take bonus damage. That bunker is actually empty through this. He does decide to fill it with 4 Marines. A decent angle for the Protoss. The Zealots are going to get a nice spread. Force fields, I feel like he just hurt his own Zealots with those there. He actually gave the Terran a choke point for it, but these force fields will allow him to, shoot the third if he wants to try and snipe it with the Stalkers here, but he looks like he's happy just getting some kills here. It will force the liftoff, and he might just get the CC anyway. He's going to.
Yeah, he did.
He needs to pull out of here. Just drop some force fields on the ramp here. Drop some force fields. Oh, he's going to lose the sentry that had energy instead. But we'll turn around with the reinforcements, and he's got enough to push us back into the natural.
The one thing about Tails in this engagement, he didn't have a 4 pilot, so he doesn't have any reinforcements that are coming.
Oh, it looked like he had enough there, but Dayshi's army just pulling that one. The ghosts are here, and fortunately Tails is going to be going for a Robobay and not for Storm as of the right now.
Yeah, I really believe that forward pilot really hurt his engagement there.
Definitely.
She did have the defensive advantage of having closer reinforcements compared to his opponent, which ultimately led to him winning that battle in his third.
Yeah, Tails with a slight upgrade advantage here, just additional armor, but as you know, Bio with the 2 weapons is just going to melt everything anyway. Hellback's mixed in with this, and that's going to be good to help mop up a lot of those Zealots. We do see an assault coming in on Tails' third here, and it is spotted. He's in position to deal with this, but the Ghost EMPing the whole army, and yeah, he just needs to back off for a second, get some shields, but he doesn't want to lose that third base, decides to engage without the shields. Great engagement by Dayshi here, able to melt through that Zealot line, leaving those weak Stalkers open for the Marauders. 2 Colossus arriving in time to help mop this up, though. Those Colossus are just clutch right now. One almost goes down, almost gets a snipe, but
it doesn't end up being sniped off. Although he doesn't manage to clean this up.
This Colossus does need reinforcements, though, because the few units running up here might be enough to snipe this, and the Colossus goes down. He does have 2 more on the way, but those just started. If Dayshi knew that there were no more Colossus, I think he might have kept trying to put some pressure there, because with only Stalkers, Marine Marauder going to be good enough to clean all of that up with ease. Is starting Viking production now, and killing those 2 Colossus was huge, because now he's going to be able to keep up in numbers, and once he gets enough Viking, without a Templar switch, it's going to be hard to hold it off.
Dayshi is going for that 4th command center up in his main base. Do you think he'll take the far left on the top left? On our, I guess, 9 o'clock region, or do you think he'll go for the closer expansion?
I think he'll go for the inside one. That one right there. It just seems more often than not players go for the inside, as Tails is doing the exact same thing on the other side. Scouting Zealot here, going right past this Marine. Marine just going to stim across the map, probably just run in, going to grab the tower. I do like the Zealot on the right from Tails, and at the other expansions, so as he grabs his 4th, he wants to know the exact timing that Dayshi gets his. or if he's even going for a fourth, which obviously he is. We do know that. We have the fortune of both players' vision.
We do have confirmation.
It's confirmed. Command Center online.
Dayshi is moving out. He does have, he has 6 Vikings.
And they do have 2 armor, so they're gonna be able to, stay on par with the stalker damage upgrades, which is, it's a nice touch. Maybe take an additional shot or 2 per Viking. That Viking going down immediately, but huge engagement here. Hellbat's nicely positioned in the front, but they are going to get taken out, although they do weaken all the Zealots enough. I think Dayshi has enough to push us back here. He does. Tails nowhere to retreat. All the Colossus going down. 5 Vikings still remaining. Probably try to assault the 4th here. There are Templar out on the field. Does he have Storm? No, he does.
Well,
Storm.
Take out those Marauders.
I think some Immortals mixed in would be good, especially considering the Viking count is now ahead of the Colossus. So, Immortal Storm would be a good addition to the army. At least to push out some ghosts and stuff like that. Fourth now just getting underway for Dayshi, though. Oh, 2 gas. You know what those additional assimilators are going to do for this game, Mikey?
Stargate. No, what will they do? Snoop.
They're going to allow him to mine additional Vespene gas. You thought I had an analysis or something there. Like I was going to say, it's going to allow him to get 3 more Void Rays per Colossus.
You have about 3 Colossus instead of 2.
Yeah, but that's going to open up some Templar Colossus here, and he is going to need both as we move into the 4th base late game here. Never mind, we're going into a 5th base from Tails. It's just macro mode for him right now. How many workers are we up? We're up to around 73 workers. Now that's good for Tails. I wouldn't like to see him hover up any more than that. We do have an engagement on the top side.
Those Vikings are just melting that Colossus count.
Yep, they went down almost immediately. Don't think we got the storms we needed there. Dayshi does take the lead. That was a good engagement for him. 1 storm going down, 2 doesn't pick off enough units to warrant losing 3 more Templar.
No. None more getting picked up before even.
These 2 Colossus building right now, they need to get the hell out of that Robo Bay. and get over to this 4th base. The Vikings, running ahead, scouting first.
Okay.
And
also,
yeah.
So I'll just keep going. I'll finish that after the game. I'll have some analysis on all that.
Yeah. Just watching that 4th base go down. Doesn't know about the 5th though, but these units essentially cut off transfer to the 5th. The probes did manage to get around though. We do see a counterattack. It does force a liftoff at the 4th. Hellbat's able to mop up at yet another base with that bio army. But Tails has had enough, and he's just straight up going to go for the trade here. But that's a lot of bio and a lot of Hellbats. These storms going down. Good storms on the high ground. Needs to focus on his counterattack army as well, though, as they're just standing there, not doing any damage. Great storms. Takes out almost half the army, an additional 3 or 4 Hellbats. He knows he just needs to weaken this army, because as he's pushing into the Terran's main base, he's going to be able to cut off all the production. He's going to be able to cut off the reinforcements. He just needs to be able to deal with the army when he's done.
Although losing those 2 X's will prove to be pretty big, as he does not. Well, unfortunately, he did scout Tails' 5th base, and he is on the way. As of right now. I was going to say earlier that it was huge
of Tails losing that third and fourth base is he loses that gas income, which is probably the most important, I guess, resource for Protoss, as they are very gas heavy.
Well, they've got tons of tier 3 units. Late game, you've got so many options to spend your gas. You've always got a reliable gas dump. You can always just build a bunch of Templar, whether it's for Archons or Storm. But what's gonna happen here? I like Dayshi moving this command center down. Gonna try and get his income back online as both players, you know, the Protoss out of steam here. He has no mining bases, and you know, these Colossus, each one's going to be huge here. Does have the high ground, but Dayshi wisely backing off. Oh, good job picking off those ghosts. That was good, as Emps are going to be huge here with the Templar.
Oh, that Colossus, I mean, that Viking camp is starting to climb back up again. He's up to 3, building 2 at a time.
Yep, and he's the only one getting money right now. So, Tails needs a game plan here. I'm not sure if he realizes that Dayshi's mining, but this army's just going to slowly pick up. And right now, it's relatively even. I know Dayshi does have a supply advantage, but with the Storms and the Colossus, I mean, you know, a slight misclick in this game could just switch right back over.
Yeah, he is going for those chain storms. So we will.
Let's decide to move on.
Attack his own units.
Oh, good Storms going down. Trying to use his command center as a way of splitting the units up here, and he is successful, as he was able to snipe these Colossus down with the Vikings. Did take a decent amount of damage from the Storms, but there's nothing left for Tails. He's gonna have to GG out of here. But that's.
As I was trying to say earlier during the game, Blizzard is thinking of patching the Hellbats, making them hit plus 12 against light units as opposed to hitting plus 18 in the early game at least. But once they get that pre-igniter afterburn, they won't hit the regular amount of damage as they do now on light units, which is plus 18. No, really all I want. Sure.
Don't they hit 30 versus light?
Well, 12 plus 18, so...
right, gotcha.
Alright guys, so this was game 2 between MVP and Team Millennium. Stay tuned for game 3, and thanks for stopping by.
See you.